Reproductive behavior of animals. The basic behavior of animals is reproductive behavior. This is typical for sexually mature individuals. Its action is determined by the combined effect of internal and external factors. The internal factor is a hormonal effect, but the external factors, the key stimuli, can be of many kinds. For example, the lengthening or shortening of the days, the abundance of food, or changes in the weather. Mate selection. Mate selection is a behavioral characteristic of the initial period of reproduction. Among the triggering stimuli, smell, sound, color, and movement play a significant role. For example, among the insects, male crickets attract the attention of females with their chirping. The light emission of fireflies also helps couples find each other. In many species, sexual dimorphism occurs only during the breeding season, when the males put on colorful nuptial clothing and present themselves to the female. At this time, the European bitterling in our home waters shines in all the colors of the rainbow. The stickleback attracts the female's attention with its fiery red belly. Among amphibians, male frogs try to find a partner with their loud voice. Bird mate selection is based on complex behavioral patterns. The voice, the fancy feather dress, and the dance movements also play an important role in this. Besides visual effects, odor signals play the main role in mammals finding each other. Mate selection also involves competition among male individuals, whether it's for mating territory or acquiring a female. The competition usually manifests in ritualistic displays, such as threatening displays of colors or intimidating movements. Actual physical confrontations occur only rarely. Courtship and mating. The courtship behaviors of successful males aim to enhance and synchronize the arousal state of sexual partners, overcoming individual distance, and enabling physical contact, which is a prerequisite for mating. Simpler forms of courtship occur even among lower-order animals. Among mollusks, the male octopus, in service of mating, strokes the female's body with one of its arms while both change their colors. In many domestic butterfly species, it can be observed that mating is preceded by the male and female flying together. The courtship behavior of birds is highly diverse. In their mating rituals, vocalizations, colorful plumage, and intricate mating dances play important roles. The behavior of bowerbirds living in New Guinea and Australia is particularly interesting. The male bird builds a bower from plant stems for courtship. He decorates the area in front of the bower with colorful objects such as parrot feathers, snail shells, flowers, berries, and seeds. When a female appears at the bower, the male greets her with graceful dance movements. If the bower captivates the female's interest, she accepts the male as her mate. During mating, the egg cell is fertilized. For many animal species, the reproductive behavioral sequence concludes with the laying of eggs. Some animals take care of their offspring. Any behavior that serves the protection and feeding of offspring is referred to as parental care. Mouth-brooding fish hatch their eggs in their mouths and only release the offspring after they have reached swimming ability. Siamese fighting fish and paradise fish build bubble nests where they place their eggs, then they guard the hatched offspring. Male poison dart frogs carry the female's thread-like eggs on their backs for several weeks before taking them to water, where the offspring hatch. Turtles bury their eggs, sometimes guarding the nest, similar to crocodiles. Birds incubate their eggs with the warmth of their own bodies. Nest fleers, or precocial birds, are capable of independent life shortly after hatching. However, nest dwellers, or altricial birds, require longer periods of feeding and care from their parents. Mammals nurse their newborn offspring, protect them from predators, and gradually teach them methods of acquiring prey. In more advanced forms of parental care, Social relationships among individuals can develop under various circumstances. A prerequisite for this is genetically inherent affiliative tendencies, social attraction, which leads to a decrease in distance between individuals and therefore groups are formed. The simplest form of social relationships is temporary aggregation. Such associations can be formed by animals gathered for migration, such as migratory birds, migrating herons, or reindeer. Closed communities, however, are held together by strong social bonds. The relationship is enduring, usually lasting for the entire breeding season and often extending throughout the entire lifespan. They exhibit rejecting behavior towards foreign individuals entering the community. A characteristic closed community found in vertebrate animals is the family, which consists of parent animals and their offspring together. This is a short-lived community in most animals, typically dispersing after the offspring are raised. If this does not occur and parents live together with successive generations, an extended family is formed. This is particularly characteristic of rodent mammals. Another form of organization for many families is the colony. In these, the family persists, with parent animals caring for their own offspring, but many families live together. Examples of such are penguin colonies. The advantage of communal breeding is greater security, whether against the vagaries of weather or against egg-stealing birds. Similar communal structures are observed in most herds of mammals. The communities of eusocial insects, which include ants, bees, and certain species of tropical termites, exhibit unique social living arrangements. These insects form insect colonies. Common features among them include the enormous number of individuals, communal nest building, regular larval care, and the establishment of a caste system. This means that within the community, there is a perfect division of labor among different forms of adult insects for various tasks. In insect colonies, each individual contributes to the harmony of social behavior with its inherited behavioral patterns. The seamless operation of insect colonies is regulated by complex biological mechanisms. Hierarchy in the community. In closed communities where individuals live together, they recognize each other, and a hierarchy forms among them within the group. Play among offspring also serves to assess power dynamics. Animals compete with each other for their positions in the hierarchy. The struggle is one manifestation of animal aggression, which is only meaningful in relation to their own species. The defeated individual acknowledges its defeat and assumes a submissive posture. Often, merely the display of strength is sufficient to settle a dispute over hierarchy. Establishment and defense of personal space. The need for maintaining distance between individuals is characteristic even among animals that live in groups. The size of personal space varies from species to species. There are animals that tolerate physical contact, such as bats and wild boars. Individuals of these species can endure the proximity of others and even direct physical contact. However, animals that do not tolerate physical contact will prevent the approach of other individuals beyond a certain point, either by withdrawing from them or by driving them away. Animals require appropriate territory for their survival and reproductive behavior. Most animals spend their lives in a well-defined area. This territory can belong to a single animal or to a smaller or larger group of individuals of the same species. This is the territory which the individual or group uses exclusively. Its size depends on the size of the animal and its lifestyle. Possessing territory allows the inhabitants to feed, reproduce, care for offspring, and provide adequate protection. The animal considers this territory its own and defends it even against intruding members of the same species. In this case, territorial aggression occurs, primarily consisting of ritual elements.